Have you ever wished to sound more polite and more sophisticated in your conversations at social and networking events? Or do you wish that sometimes you could convey some harsh realities in a more polite and in a more sophisticated manner? Or have you ever been stuck in a situation where you wanted to say something but you felt that it is going to come across quite offensive and very rude to the other person, and you wondered how you could convey the same thought to the other person more politely? There are many times, many scenarios in our social lives where we have to be politically correct and where we need to soften harsh realities and we need to convey our words in a more politer and in a more sophisticated manner. Well, that is when the euphemisms come in handy. Welcome to Fluency Goals. I'm Mandeep. Today in this lesson, we are going to learn the euphemisms, the commonly used euphemisms in our social and networking events, in our everyday conversations. In fact, these are the must-know euphemisms in order to avoid sounding harsh, rude, and impolite. Now, before we dive deeper into this lesson, I want to humbly request you that please do subscribe to this channel if you like its content, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and hit that like button. It conveys love and boosts my morale to serve you with better content next time. Now, first we are going to talk about euphemisms that are used to convey deaths or to talk about death. Death is one such topic that can become very sensitive, and calling someone as your dead relative or dead acquaintance can come across very rude and very impolite sometimes. Imagine saying instead deceased relative, deceased person. So it sounds a bit softer and politer. So the first euphemisms that you can use instead of calling someone dead is calling them diseased. This property belongs to my deceased uncle. See how politer it sounds instead of calling my dead uncle. Now another euphemism is passed away. Passed away. Instead of saying that somebody died, you could say that they passed away. His grandmother passed away at the age of 90, leaving behind a legacy of kindness. So instead of saying that somebody has died, you could also convey it using the phrase that they have gone to a better place. It simply states that the deceased has moved to a peaceful and heavenly afterlife. We miss her dearly, but we know she is in a better place now. After years of suffering from cancer, he is finally at peace and in a better place. So these were the euphemisms that you could use to talk about death. Now here are some euphemisms that can be used to talk about old age or age in general. Instead of calling someone just old and retired, you could use the phrase senior citizen to refer to them. It is a very common euphemism. It is a very commonly used phrase to refer to old people, and it offers more respect. Senior citizens are eligible for discount on public transports. As a senior citizen, he enjoys spending time with his grandchildren. Alternatively, you could also use the phrase in the golden years to refer to the post-retirement phase of older people. They decided to travel the world in their golden years. Many people take up new hobbies in their golden years. While talking about old people in professional contexts or business situations, you could also refer to them as wise and experienced. The company prefers to hire wise and experienced individuals for leadership roles. So instead of saying the company prefers to hire old employees, old people, you could say wise and experienced individuals. His wise and experienced perspective helped him navigate challenges with confidence. Moving on to the next category of euphemisms, that is talking about job-related situations. Now imagine if somebody is looking for a job and is unemployed, and you call them straight on the face that the person is unemployed. It sounds rude. Or even if you have to introduce yourself as unemployed, but you would rather avoid that and say that you are between jobs. So when you say that you or someone is between jobs, you are conveying that you are in a transitional phase rather than being completely out of work. So it sounds very positive. I'm between jobs right now, but I'm using this time to upskill and network. To upskill and network means to upgrade your skills, to learn new things, and network to make connections with people. Another phrase that you can use for unemployment or to refer to a time period when you are looking for job opportunities, you can use career transition, some deliberate shift or growth from your previous work. So you could say something like, after years in finance, he is now in career transition towards tech industry. So that means there is a transition, there is a change in the career path. Many a times people take long break in the work. That can be due to personal growth, due to some health issues, or to pursue some higher education. Such long and extended work break can be conveyed as taking sabbatical. It is very commonly used to convey the long break in your employment situation. After working non-stop for 10 years, she decided to take a sabbatical to travel and recharge. He is on a sabbatical to pursue further studies in leadership and management. So when a company fires someone, and to say it to other people's face that the company fired them is very rude. Instead, you can use the phrase let go. So it's just another way to say that the person was dismissed from a job. Due to budget cut, several employees were let go last month. She was let go from her job, but she quickly found a better opportunity. Furthermore, if the companies are firing workers or employees, we can substitute this phrase with the words lay off or laid off as in past tense. The company laid off 200 employees due to economic recession. If the company is reducing the workforce and due to that reduction they are laying off employees, you could also use the term downsize. If we say that after the merger many employees were downsized, it means that many employees were let go, that the company decided to reduce the roles of many employees, so they were let go. Now we move on to the category of euphemisms to talk about appearances of people. Now this is very important, as in social scenarios we often tend to use some words, some terms which might become very offensive to other people. Calling a spade is always not the right approach. So let's learn the euphemisms that can be used to talk about outer appearances. Now, instead of calling somebody fat and overweight, you could refer to them as big boned. So use it specially to talk about big structured bodies. So people that have big physique and structure. She's not overweight, she is just big boned. He has always been big boned, just like his father. Now, instead of calling somebody short in height, we can also use the phrase vertically challenged. Now, remember to use this phrase in a very light-hearted way. Being vertically challenged doesn't stop him from excelling in basketball. Now, another phrase that can be used to refer to healthy women is full-figured. especially in fashion industry or in context of fashion in to refer to healthy women. This phrase is used very commonly. Many stores have started to offer stylish clothing line for full-figured women. The fashion industry seems to be finally acknowledging full-figured women. Now we are going to talk about the euphemisms that can be used to address the taboo words like taking a toilet break or going to the toilet. So it sometimes feels very awkward to mention this word in social gatherings. So whenever you wish to take that break, you can say that you wish to take a comfort break. Use it in professional and formal settings. Let's pause for a quick comfort break before we continue the meeting. The speaker announced a comfort break before the next session began. Alternatively, instead of saying going to the toilet, you can also use the phrase using the facilities or restroom. The restaurant has clean and well-maintained restrooms. I'll be right back. I need to use the facilities. He stepped out for a moment to use the restrooms. Now the next category of euphemisms is to talk about money and finances. Instead of outright calling someone poor, we can use the term economically disadvantaged. This is a more formal and polite way to describe someone's financial hardship. The program provides scholarships to economically and disadvantaged students. If somebody has low income, you can, instead of just saying that they earn less or they have very low salary, you could simply state it as modest income or modest means. Now, if you say modest means, it means little wealth. If you say modest income, it means low salary. Even with a modest income, she manages to save a little each month. In spite of their modest means, they live comfortably by managing their budget wisely. So that was all about the euphemisms that can be used in social context to sound more polite and sophisticated. If you have liked this lesson, then please show your love by hitting that like button and do weigh in your thoughts in the comment section about the video lesson. I would love to hear from you. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then I urge you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to push that bell notification icon to receive the notifications further. I'll see you next time with another lesson. Till then, happy learning.